Hi guys! So I'm gonna be doing a reading vlog for this video. It's not gonna be like anything specific. It's just gonna be what I read in a week, basically. I've been reading, today is March 7th. We're literally 7 days into March and I'm still reading the same book that I started at the end of February. And I just feel like I need to get through it right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's The House in the Cerulean Sea. I am 52%. I honestly don't know why this book is taking me so long. It's good, but I don't find myself ever wanting to pick it up and read it. So I think that's like, I read every single night and I read like 3 pages and then I fall asleep. So I've only been reading it at night because during the day I'm just like, I don't really want to pick that up. But I want to finish it because like every review that I've seen of it is so good, and it is really good. It's just like not something that I'm like reaching for constantly. I've never read a book like this before. The characters are so like magical, which I think is really cool. But yeah, so this is just a little reading vlog. So finish this with me because girl, it's taking me too long. Here we go. I finished House in the Cerulean Sea last night. Or actually this morning. You know what? It was really slow in the middle, which it took me so long to read it, which I said before, but the beginning of it and the end of it kind of made up for it because it was so good. Like in the beginning, it was so much more fast-paced, and at the end, it was so much more fast-paced. In the middle, I feel like it just dragged on, and I feel like, I don't know, it was just slow for me, and I haven't seen many reviews saying that, but I mean, it was really good. Like the end, I was so surprised at how good it was just because of how slow it was in the middle, but I absolutely loved it. I feel like it's a book that you should read if you're like wanting to, like a little bit of escapism from your real life. Like it's based on magical kids in an orphanage. Like stop. Okay. There's like all the characters in this book were so amazing. Like I loved every single character. The character growth of the main guy was amazing. And I did not expect like a little bit of romance that was thrown in there too. I don't want to say too much because I feel like you should go into this book blind. Like I didn't look into this book very much before starting it, and so I feel like if I did, I don't know, like it just felt like it was good not knowing everything. Anyway, that concludes the book that I've been reading for 14 years, I felt like. But yeah, I'm happy that in the end, I'm happy that I stuck it out because I was really thinking about like writing it off for now anyway, and I'm really glad I didn't because it just all came together, and I was smiling when I was reading the end of it. So yeah, I would recommend it. I feel like this has to be my next read. I've been waiting so freaking long for this. I don't know. I haven't read it yet because I actually don't know why I haven't read it yet. I literally got this like a couple weeks ago. I just find it easier to read books on Kindle sometimes, which like maybe I'll download it on there too, but I'm so excited. I loved If He Had Been With Me. I have heard some not so great things about this one though, so I'm trying not to look at like reviews or anything. I don't want my opinion to be altered because of it, but I'm so excited. I'm gonna be crying again and I can't wait. Granted, I'm only 30 pages in. But the amount of things that I've underlined, I feel like I just really feel for Finney. And like I know where it's going. And I know Autumn's perspective already from the first book. So like it just hurts so much more because I know where it's going. But I mean, that's why the book is so good. Like, that's why these books are so good. I'm really sad this is over, but I just finished. I don't really know what to say. This book to me was just as good as If He Had Been With Me. There's so many people who aren't loving this because of the different point of views and they feel like it was dragged out and all this stuff, but I just don't agree. I thought this book was so good. I will say, if you have anxiety surrounding death at all, like I do, maybe don't read this, because in the middle of this book, it kind of put me in like a really weird headspace because I have so much anxiety surrounding like the possibility of people that I love dying. So other than that, like this was just as much a 5-star as If He Had Been With Me. It was so good. It was written so well. I think that they talked about death and how you feel after somebody that you love dies, or like how you feel after somebody so young dies unexpectedly. Like I think that they covered that really, really well. I feel like people are saying that like the book was dragged out, but right when I felt like Jack's point of view was like being dragged out a little bit, it switched back to Autumn's point of view, which I loved because I didn't know that we were going to get the point of view of Autumn again. So I really loved that. I loved Finney's point of view. The only thing I will say is that I thought that it was going to follow the entire story of If He Had Been With Me, but it really started at the end of the book before the big incident. That's kind of where this book started. So I do wish there was more to that, and like seeing Finney's point of view, Finney's side of things, while more of their childhood and like growing up together was taking place. But I'm going to think about this book for the rest of my life. Both of these books, they are so good. Like I'm actually sad that it's over. I don't know what else to say because I'm just kind of sad. I'm sad because the book was sad. I'm sad that it's over. I think that it was written so well. I think that it portrayed everything so well, and I would definitely recommend these books, especially to people that love sad books like I do. It's worth the read for sure. This is like my 3rd time trying to record this, so wish me luck. Okay, like why am I embarrassed? Okay, so basically after I finished my last book, I started reading Summer Sisters by Judy Blume. It was not for me. I got about 20% until I realized that I actually had no idea what was going on, so I stopped. And now I'm reading the Caraval series by Stephanie Garber. I already have all the physical books of this, so hopefully I like it. I mean, I like it so far. I started it like a year ago and I just stopped because that was right after I had read The Ballad of Never After, Curse for True Love, and all that. And I felt like it was a lot of books in this universe at once. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm hoping that this doesn't take me super long to finish. But I feel like it won't because I'm really into it and I want to be reading it. I'm obsessed with this entire universe. Stephanie Garber makes me feel like a little kid again, reading fairy tales, and like I'm obsessed. If every fantasy book was like this, then I would be really into fantasy. It's making me excited to read. Thanks, Stephanie Garber. Okay, the fashion in this book is iconic. Like the way that it's described and like these dresses that they're wearing at Caraval, like the game, and the way that they transform like magically. That's one of my favorite parts about the book. It's just so cool to think, like to try to picture what they're wearing in your head. And when I'm done, I can't wait to go on TikTok and look it up, because sometimes there's fan edits of books, so I'm hoping people put together some of these dresses, because I want to see what they like would actually look like. Caraval has been finished. I loved this book so much. I loved the detail in the writing. I loved the magic. I loved the fashion, which I was talking about before. The details and description just of everything, like the clothing. Everything was just perfect. I 100% want to read the second book right away. Even though it didn't end on like a cliffhanger, I think that in the second book, our main character goes back into the game of Caraval. It's just so magical. I read this in about 2 days, so that was definitely the fastest that I've read a book in probably like a month. This is my type of fantasy. Like, I want every fantasy book to be exactly like this, like a fairy tale. I need to like look into more series that are similar to this, because I would 100% read them. I'm not going to include the next book in this video just because I've been filming this for like 2 weeks now, and I really just want to get it up and post it because it's been taking me so long to get through books lately. So I'm excited about this series because it's reminding me so much of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. So obviously, you know, I love it. It's like my favorite of all time. So okay, so that's the end of this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.